Your toes, you want to point them toward the inside. This is going to help fix your pelvis. You want to go into retroversion of the pelvis, so you're going to flatten out your spine. Now, we're going to do some lateral translations. Bring your arms out to the side, external rotation. We're going to go to the... Now we're going to start with the osteoarticular warm up. For the osteoarticular warm up, we're going to start at the ground up. The first thing we're going to do is work at the feet. Plant your big toe on the floor. Lift up the other 4 toes. Now we're going to lower the 4 toes, raise the toes toward the ceiling. Big toe down, 4 toes up. 4 toes down, big toes up. And now alternate, nice and quick. Big toe down, big toe up. Now we're going to start to work on the ankles. So do some calf raises. Going to do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to raise the toes toward the ceiling. So we're going to go into dorsiflexion. So try to point your toes toward the sky. So the opposite of what we were just doing. And now we are going to go into inversion and eversion. So you're going to point the soles of your feet out and then to the other side. Try to keep your hips nice and straight. Have all the movement coming from the ankles. All right. Now we're going to get our feet together. We're going to start to mobilize the knees. So with the knees, put your hands on your thighs. Try to glide your knees as far forward as possible as you can without letting your heels come up off the ground. So really try to drive your knees as far past your toes as possible. Start out slow, and then once you feel comfortable, you can pick up the pace a little bit. Now we're going to go side to side. So right, left, right, left. Now we're going to draw some circles. Draw the circles to the right first. And now switch directions. Go to the left. Now draw some figure 8s. Really try to keep your heels on the floor. Try not to let them raise. So just go as deep as you can without letting the heels raise. And switch directions. Okay, get up. Now, what we're going to be doing is working on anteversion and retroversion of the pelvis. Anteversion is when you are sticking your butt out, so the Instagram model pose, and then retroversion, you're tucking your pelvis underneath you, which is more like reality. So you have Instagram, reality, Instagram, reality, and we're going to just keep on doing that. So stick the butt out, tuck the pelvis underneath you. Working on a little awareness of the pelvis. Now that we've done anteversion and retroversion, we're going to do a little of lateral version. So for lateral version, what we want to do, with your left leg, you want to bend the knee forward to drop the pelvis down. Then you're going to straighten out your leg, and then you're going to come up onto your toes, raising the pelvis. You want to try and have all the movement coming from your pelvis. You want to try and keep your upper body as stationary as possible. So bend the knee, up on the toes. Bend the knee, up on the toes. Do this on the left side first. And now we're going to switch sides. So now with the right leg, bend the knee, up with the toes. Bend the knee, up on the toes. We're going to be doing a lot of work with the pelvis today, so we really want to mobilize it and get it nice and warm before we actually start with the exercises. Right now, we're still in the warm-up. We've got about a couple minutes left of the warm-up, and then we're going to start the workout. All right. Now you're going to put your feet wider than your hips, and also if you have a mat in front of you, wider than your mat. Your toes, you want to point them toward the inside. This is going to help fix your pelvis. You want to go into retroversion of the pelvis, so you're going to flatten out your spine. Now, we're going to do some lateral translations. Bring your arms out to the side, external rotation. We're going to go to the left first. So translate to the left, back to center. Left, center. And now just go at a nice, comfortable pace. Try and get all of the movement coming from the lumbar spine. You want to try and keep your hips stationary, and you want to try and have your upper body nice and straight as well. You don't want to be leaning to the side. You're doing a translation, not a side bend. Now switch sides to the left. So left translation, back to center. Keep the arms above the shoulders. Now we're going to alternate left to right. So right, left, total range. This is a mobilization for the lumbar spine. All right, next we're going to do a little bit of side bending as well. So you're going to take your left arm, extend the elbow and wrist, external rotation. Right hand, you're going to place it around your ear. You don't want to pull on your head, you're just lightly placing your fingertips on your ear. And what we're going to do is with your left hand, you want to reach down toward the floor, and with your right elbow, you want to try and reach up toward the sky as much far as you can, and then back to center. So try and reach down as low as you can with the left, and up as high as you can with the right elbow. Really try to raise that rib cage as high as you can. And we're going to switch now. External rotation, maximum extension of elbow and wrist on the right hand, left hand, elbow up to the sky. And let's go. We're almost done with the warm-up. Couple more repetitions, and then we're going to do the shoulder mobility drill. We're going to maintain the pelvis in the same position. Your arms, external rotation, full extension of elbow and wrist, down by your sides. You're going to try to press your palms away from your body as much as you can. So imagine somebody's pulling on your arms. We're going to go straight up overhead. Once you get to the top, bring the arms out in front, tuck in the elbows, open up, touch the opposite shoulder blade. Extend the elbow and wrist, push out as you raise your arms toward the ceiling. Bring the arms in front, tuck in the elbows, open up, try to touch the opposite shoulder blade. We're going to do this 5 times total. This is number 3. Bring the arms out in front, tuck in the elbows, open up. Open up. One more. Really try to protract the shoulder blades as much as possible when you're reaching for the front, and open up. Opposite shoulder blade. Wiggle everything out. That is it for the warm-up.